Hey everyone, curious again. I was thinking about something, and I just couldn't help but consider some of the ramifications as an atheist of the idea of life after death. And this is life in heaven. Now, could you really imagine heaven considering the fact that people are actually alive? I mean, they're not just embodied spirits. They're actually alive, okay? Yet, remarkably, they don't age. They're back to perfect youth, perfect health, and all the other infirmities aside. So here you have a situation where all of a sudden you're in the prime of your youth, you're healed of any diseases or maladies, mental or physical, and you're in an environment where you are completely alive. You breathe, you eat, can and can't happen in heaven. Have you ever wondered? Okay, we know that there would be love in heaven, of course, but would there be physical love? Or, and other scenarios come up, like food. I guess you could eat in heaven. Matter of fact, I imagine all the buffets would be free. Interesting. With all the free buffets, um, do you have to do anything else in heaven? Um, you know, are there, are there, do you need to bathe or use the bathroom in heaven? I can't quite imagine. I could see bathing, 'cause bathing could be pleasurable. But but if you're living, wouldn't you have to use, natural body functions? Or is it just a matter of you can eat and eat and eat, or is that just gluttony? Strange. Do you or don't you eat? And if you do, and what about the cultural relativity? Could you imagine thousands of born-again Christian early Romans doing what Romans did, sitting around communal toilets, happily um, doing their business, exercising in the nude, all the other things, and all the other cultures throughout the ages and times that would come with um, the conversion or aspect of their culture and time of Christianity. Well, I guess you could say that, well, this person didn't go and that person didn't go, or there's layers or segregations of heaven, but I really don't think so. I think it's going to be... Oh, and speaking of afterlife, um, historical figures, wouldn't certain celebrity figures be just total, wouldn't there have to be total, like, crowd control in a way? Because Jesus would be mobbed. So would Muhammad, so would Moses. I mean, all the big names would be just inundated every moment of every second for eternity. And some of the other people would just be sitting in there like, well, I'm Constantine. That's nice. Yeah, that's okay. I heard about you. Oh, look, it's Ezekiel. He's going to give me a ride, on his flying UFO. I mean, Jacob's standing by his ladder. Job is like, did he ever make it? I forgot. I think he made it. I don't know. Jonas is still talking the whale story. And, basically, any way about it, certain aspects of certain cultures that would be converted would also be within the realm of the hereafter. And that would include Jamaican culture, certain beliefs in Jamaican culture. That would be pretty interesting. Um, the Orient, Asian culture, people being converted from about the 11th century up. I'm sure uh, Buddhism would be pretty interesting in heaven, you know. And and I guess since Lucifer was once an angel, an archangel, mind you, and fell from grace, heaven isn't guaranteed. Of course, actually, who makes it into the heaven could be very interesting also. Might end up just being a few actual um, Jewish Christians from the 3rd century. And that's about it. But this is all aspects of what type of historical figures. What about ancestral figures? Now, what if a family member deserves redemption, but that family member wasn't exactly, someone we'd want to share heaven with? Could you imagine coming into all your childhood family that maybe wasn't so heavenly for you? There's Uncle Bert and Aunt Sally and Grandma Phyllis and the whole clan, and you're their 10-year-old little boy or girl again, How you doing? Blah! You wonder why people jump off the clouds? That's why. I mean, define heaven and define hell, and don't tell me fire or blue puffy clouds, because I can see how either could be each. Well, I don't see how hell could be heaven. I don't care what they say about the inferno room and all that. That's a big lie. Well, it's all a big lie. Well, it's just a big untruth, but what can you do? But it's actually kind of fun to think about, It's pretty interesting because for all the aspects of heaven to be heaven, it would have to be a pretty interesting place. To me, it sounds like a really fun place to see. So let's all see if we get to see it, okay? Thanks. This is Curious. Over and out. What do you mean there's no animals in heaven? Ah!